Welcome in, welcome in. It is December 24th, 2024. 122424. I was just here getting 1976 like timelines and being moved through timelines here, or something is definitely going on with that. So I decided to Google it and find out what I'm being guided to here. Excuse me, welcome in. Um, so 1976 was the bicentennial. It was the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, and I was getting like legislation um, with these timelines, and I'm trying to understand what I'm being shown to understand. And it has to do with what's going on, what's coming through the solar portals, and what's going on with the Vatican, and these portals that they're opening up. And if you want to view what's coming through the portal, just look at the sun. Um, the NASA Sun SOHO stuff, and you'll start seeing the entities, okay? Or maybe you won't, I don't know. But they're there. Anyway, and then the bicentennial. The United States celebrated the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th. It was the bicentennial era. It was a period of celebrations and observances that began in 1971. Included such events as the opening of the National Air and Space Museum and a visit from Queen Elizabeth II. President-elect at that time was Jimmy Carter, defeated Gerald Ford. This was the last time a Democrat won presidency without winning California, Connecticut, Illinois, Maine, Michigan, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. Clearly that's significant. Technology. Here we go. The Cray, one supercomputer which could perform 240, million calculations per second. It was introduced by Cray Research Inc. Apple Computer and Microsoft were also incorporated in 1976. Other events, the Viking 1 spacecraft landed, and it has everything to do with right now, what I'm receiving here. The Viking, and I was picking up on Vikings with this ceremony here. One spacecraft landed on Mars and sent back for the first close-up color photos of the surface. The New Jersey Supreme Court ruled Karen Ann Quinnen could be disconnected from her ventilator, and a magnitude 7.8 through 8.2 earthquake destroyed the Chinese city of Tangshan. Okay, the archives. Being brought here for a reason. It was a leap year on the Gregorian calendar. These are significant to their Masonic world. Historical events. Okay, let's go to the Smithsonian here. Now, with all this going on, I asked how this was going to, maybe possibly affect us, okay? And this is receiving more gifts. Like, when they're opening this stuff, we're receiving our stuff too. But I feel they're moving through a specific timeline here. And so this is where this is going. And then this is the Smithsonian. There is the cross, like I was getting the keys, but there's the flag. And the Bicentennial Festival of American Folk Life. The Liberty Bell. The keys. Okay, the door. Rewritten contracts. I also feel this is a rise up of a civil rising again. The Bicentennial Princess, that's key. Coins, I remember these coins. I don't even think they're in circulation anymore. Actually, it's so weird because the federal government will give them out, actually you paid for them, and then all of a sudden it's illegal for you to have them, and then you could be arrested because, and then they're worth millions upon ridiculous millions of dollars. You know, like, talk about a screwing from the guy. It's just so messed. This place is really messed up. Okay, some boast of being friends to government. I am a friend to righteous government founded upon the principles of reason and justice, but I glory in publicity, allowing my eternal hatred of tyranny. Well, there you go. There's a confession. 1776. For whatever reason, they're going back to this era, however that works. Whether it's CERN or they're putting all of that together, all of those pieces together. And we're being moved again through these weird timelines, a rising up. And it's going to take a rising up of the souls here. It's like the Rage Against the Machine kind of thing over the government, because they're really supposed to be working for us. And I'm not into politics, period. I really am not. But I trust what I get guided to speak on. Blue Diamond. That's significant. That's also the Alcyon light, I feel. That's connected to the Alcyon light. Okay? See all the little symbolisms here, the handshakes, a passing of, and we're coming into this changing of the guard here in the United States. Appalachian. And they just did a land grab there. Trying to remember, I'm getting a lot about the Philadelphia experiment as well. I'm getting a lot of neutron, nuclear energy. So that was the passing the torch of Carter. Carter also had experiences as well. Something to do about control here, trying to control, which is funny because you can't. They can try, but everything is in divine order. Everything. Okay, 1776. 1976 brought with it some welcome promises of hope for the future, including an exciting new space program. Okay, now we're getting some significant events. Montana State University. Oh, okay, so I'm getting Cross Nixon. Or Frost Nixon again. Deception. Like bringing down the house. The House of Cards will fall. Clean Water Act. That's sticking out to me. So Nixon initially expanded the Vietnam War into Cambodia and Laos. Now, they weren't really fighting them, if you don't know that. Most people think they were fighting it. No, they were fighting a way different situation here. They were using Agent Orange and shit like that. To me, I see that as you were dealing with something supernatural that you need to use a level of that to feel like you have to be, it's a different level. Again, I'm not concerned who doesn't believe me. Let's see. The EPA was established in 1970. Became the agency responsible for enforcing the expansion of the Clean Air Act in 1970. This is significant. The Clean Water Act, a constitutional amendment to lower the voting age to 18 to 21, was ratified in 1971. Education amendments from 1972 included the U.S. Federal Civil Rights, here we go with the civil rights stuff, law titled, I'm going to go with that's 9, which states that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participating in being denied the benefits of or be subjected to discrimination under any educational program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. This law and Civil Rights Act of 1974 recognized and promoted women's rights. Wow. At MSU schools across the country. That's profound. Women's rights. I remember that, all Norma Ray stuff. Excuse me. A lot of clearing out of my chakras here. Isn't that funny? Because women used to rule the world. That's why I laughed, because women were kings. And here, like, it's like I'm hearing time keeps on slipping, but like backwards. Something else is being indoctrinated here, or they're going to try to indoctrinate something else profound, where a civil rising is going to take place. And it will be a civil rising. Nixon was reelected by a margin, shows how much society can be fooled. Energy crisis began in 73, lasted through the decade. It was participated in by fluctuations of production in the Middle East and panic gas hoarding in the I remember that, the gas shortages. I remember that. The lines were everywhere. Believe me, this is connected to something that's coming up. It's coming up. They're tapping into this stuff for whatever reason, going through this with the opening this stuff up here. Okay, they're bringing us through time, space, whether you understand it or not. They really are. They're just bringing us through, and it was interesting because I really was also looking up. I think it's like Saturday Night Live 50 years, and I was 1976. I was brought right to that, so I don't know what that is about. Like, I trust what my guides are showing me. The Coneheads, okay. Season 2. Let me just look into this real quick, because my guides are showing me something that's going on, has to do with now. The American Statue, okay. Howard Cosell, NBC, changed the name of the show, Saturday Night, to its current title, Saturday Night Live. For the 17th episode of the second season. The Muppets, The Land of Gorge, who appeared in segments that were unpopular with the fans. Jim Henson was reportedly displeased with the amount of creativity and control. Boom. Woodstock. I'm getting a lot more about the Coneheads. That's what I was really picking up from that. I was also feeling the Rolling Stones. Who did this? Let's see. On this day, 1976, the band took the stage on Saturday Night Live. Classic Retrovision milestone 40. Something is connected to everything that's going on right now. Anatomy of Scene. Let's get Anatomy of Science. And we're getting a lot of with our DNA here. With us, it's connected to us. It's what is going on here. And as they keep opening these portals, you're receiving more gifts. Because you will. They can't prevent that. That's almost like, I want to say the downfall of them doing this is it's for us as well, weirdly, for we would, because what the Pope is doing isn't Jubilee-ish. Excuse me. It isn't all woohoo. It's okay. And we would get our gifts, our powers. I'm hearing the word restored. Up, and it has to do also with Apple. It does. It has to do with Apple. Like supercomputer stuff, messing with creation. Trying to alter creation here. there's definitely a doorway clearly opening. Okay, and then the sacred tools, which that blew me away. I was getting messages about this, just guided. I wanted to see the areas that the Vatican was moving in, and then that came up, and that was everything I was seeing in my third eye and having visions of. It blew my mind, and like literally ancient keys. And I mean, I've been talking about this for a long time, for real, along with the nuclear stuff and the neutron stuff that I've been receiving, and them coming through the portal. And I'm glad other people are getting it as well, but it's just, I don't know, I'm just having personally a moment with it. And then like this is how you can see them coming through the portal. They're really coming through that. And last night I couldn't sleep. No matter how, I just could not sleep. And it's like my soul knew something huge clearly was going on. And I was tired, but I just couldn't sleep. And I was seeing a lot of things in my third eye coming through the portal. And then I got up this morning, and I think his name is Brian Knight. I don't know who he is. Honestly look at that because of what I see, okay, coming through to share with you guys. And they've already begun this stuff. It's almost like well, they definitely are doing something on a clearly time marker of the 24th. And like, yo, ladies and gentlemen, Christmas really is about Lucifer. And it doesn't get any clearer than is what they're doing, and the sad part is society is still, and it's not about shoving a belief system in anyone's face. It really isn't. This is a supernatural entity that's very real, like Christ, and it's ancient stuff that we have been so in such as low a vibration to think it's so outside the box, which it isn't. This is coming through. And what does that mean for us? And I hear war, it's like, okay, the darkness. I didn't think I'd ever honestly be here for that. I really didn't think I'd be here for that. So, last night I was getting all these visions of these beings coming through the portal, because that's the portal, that's the gate. One of them, for them to be coming through, and I can feel it. Man, believe me, I don't try to. It's not always comfortable, It really isn't. But I was shown this, okay? And I was shown this as well with the tabernacles. Was it 2022 when the tabernacles were stolen out of that ancient or elder church in Brooklyn, New York. And that was significant, and I know it was significant because it brought me to my knees, and I was like, what is going on here? Why is this bringing me to my knees? I didn't know much about the tabernacles at all. I started learning real fast. First, it was because I heard that the angel's head was severed, the statue, and it it hit my soul. That's why I keep saying it's a soul thing. Your soul's gonna know over the meat suit, and it's just a matter of the meat suit dealing with what the soul knows at this point in time, and that's what the gifts coming through, okay, from creation, because we are loved so much. We truly are loved so much. They're trying to rise creation, they're trying to control creation, they're trying to bend creation, they're trying to alter creation. We're here as well. We're the gift. We're the gift keeps on giving over these things. Capiche? Okay. So I was trying to look up where it was, the setup. That's inside of St. Peter's tomb. And my point is, people still celebrating Christmas, not realizing you're celebrating Lucifer. It's a fact. It isn't my belief. It's a fact. It doesn't get any more factual than that when the Vatican, who's a Catholic religion, who says Christ was born on the 24th, and they're opening up Lucifer's tomb. They're like, they're telling you the truth and slapping you in the face with it. Those who are so indoctrinated into the Catholic religion, it's just a label. It's deeper than that. It's clearly real. It's magic. It's magic, and it's an abuse of magic. They're using the magic to control, and that's the illusion. There's no control. Like you're open. This not a man doing that. It's a supernatural being. And if it makes you uncomfortable talking about Christ and Lucifer, then I'm not for you, because I'm not about Christ. You should be talking about Christ, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. You should be knowing Christ. You should be loving Christ, and knowing that you're connected to Christ, or else you wouldn't be here at this time. But you're also connected to, and what's going to be very disturbing to many, is you're connected to Lucifer as well. Of course you are, or else you wouldn't be here either. And that's why that's why meat suits can do really dark, messed up crap, and starseeds can get really lost in the dark, and hopefully you find the light within. But it doesn't get any clearer than that. Of on Christmas Eve, the Vatican is opening up St. Peter in Morningstar's tomb. You sell it. They're still out there buying presents. Some people probably just don't even believe in it. They're not, whatever you call that. They don't believe. They just don't believe. It doesn't matter whether you believe or not. It's still going on. It's still happening, and it's still going to affect the world. And you're still, and again, this is just how I understand it. You're still engaging in a ritual. You know what I'm saying? So, you do you, boo. But it's blatant obvious. That's what Christmas is about. That's who Christmas is about. And then I was seeing with the crown of thorns are switching out, because I was getting switching, and I was trying to understand what God was showing me with this switching, and something to do with that crown of thorns to foolery, trickery. But your soul knows. Your soul will know. Your soul will know. That's why I say don't even listen to anything I'm saying. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's not going to resonate with you. It's either going to resonate with you or it's not. There is no more gray area here. There is no room for gray area here. There isn't. I'm not saying gray area. I'm talking about gray area. I'm not saying don't be open. This is where we be open and teachable and guided by our soul, which is connected always to the Most High. You're never separate from. And I know there's starseeds out there that's great. You're in your high vibrations, but there's no way this is not affecting you. There's no way you're not feeling it. There's no way you're not transforming this energy and transmuting this energy. And I was getting something seriously with I don't know if they're trying to tap into the Alcyon line. I don't know how that works. I know how to tap into the Alcyon line, but I don't know how that works for them. Because there's something about sacred keys with that, which is connected to the 7 sisters. But then, hearing some of that Masonic stuff with the Pleiadians, not the Pleiadians, the Hathors, I was like, oh, I'm observing. I'm just observing here, and I receive messages, and this is what I'm receiving, and it's connected to 1976. Something about that. I'm getting 3 Mile Island. Hold on, 3 Mile Island. So this has to do with, we're in a nuclear winter, if you will. If you don't think Chernobyl didn't affect us, and what is that? I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say Fukushima. I don't know how to say any of that. But all of that didn't affect us, and we're not in the remnants of it right now. We are. Yes, we are. 3 Mile Island. I'm getting a lot about Philadelphia. 1979. Okay. I'm hearing still connected though. Nuclear event scale. Accident with wider consequences. It's connected. And I'm being shown that number 3 because they use it. Remember, we're in the upside down. Everything of the Most High God they use in the lower vibration. They abuse it. Actually, they abuse it here. And this is lessons learned. Really? Really? Because I don't think so. The accident led to additional safety measures and testing programs, making America's nuclear power plant safer today. How does that sentence even make sense? Anyway, it's not accessible to the public, but it can be viewed from the road along with the river. And I get nervous because, you know, I'm here on the east. There's a lot on the eastern seaboard. There's a lot, like my Dawn liquid, that's my soap. I'm a real person. And there's a lot on the eastern seaboard. And there's one here where I am. And I'm noticing ships. They're there. Above it. And there's one in Florida built on a sandbar because that was intelligent. I think there's one in New York. I know there's one clearly in Philadelphia. There's a lot on this side. So I feel like that's some kind of, they know something's going to come through on this side, on the eastern seaboard, Atlantis, Portal, Stargate, get it? The fact that they have all these on the eastern seaboard. That's a lot of power plants. Same with over in Russia, you know, on the west coast, by the Ring of Fire. They know something supernatural is going to clearly go on, and this is how they battle it, with that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this is what I got today. You know, Starseed's tapping in. Starseed's seriously receiving significant downloads. Significant downloads, because even though these things are, excuse me, coming through, pardon me, my throat chakra is super phlegmy. A lot's been coming through. All right, because it's also the Most High is going to send us in energy for us, as always. We never would be unattended. We would never be alone. This isn't going unnoticed. And, you know, you're getting more and more gifts. And a lot of you, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, because you're feeling it. You're experiencing it. You're going through it. Okay? And you're seeing, some of you are feeling the time being shifted and moved. You're being brought to back to certain memories, certain times and space. You're being shown for you, however that is, through whatever that may be. The music, signs, synchronicities, always through synchronicities. But know that the Most High God's got us. Yeah, they're going into the Akashic field here. Look at keys to creation. Keys to creation here. But we receive our gifts when they do this. And they don't want you to know that. Of course not. Look at how much the levels of lies and foolery and trickery have gone on. There's some deep state stuff. It took a lot of time, effort, energy, planning, plotting. It's messed up. It's super messed up. That's why this world doesn't make any sense to me. There's an awful lot of lies going on here. But yeah, they're definitely going into, I'm getting like a Halls of Amente here. Yep. The Halls of Amente. Activation of your gifts through the Halls of Amente as well. Where there's the yin is the yang. As above, so below. You will receive. It may be through a vibration. You may feel dizzy, energy waves. You may be feeling them do this as well. Depends on how sensitive you are. Yeah, divine law. Can't make, everything's in divine order. Nothing is going unnoticed. Nothing. Peace, love, and light.